Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the first of three races, or three leagues, I should say, for the World of Thunder iRacing League. It is the Super Late Models, the Hub Sim Racing Giveaway Super Late Models. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler joined in the booth with Stephen McMillan. Now, Steve, we apologise to all the drivers and fans that have been eagerly awaiting tonight's race, but of course, we did have some issues there with the league sessions not showing up, but nonetheless, it is now time for heat race number one. We'll take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, heat race number one, it's going to be Evan C. On his outside, it's Tyler Reed. Dalton Cloyd will start position 3. Eric Scalf out of position 4. Position 5, it's going to be Jed Button alongside him in Mitch Stiles in position 6. Steve Kaufman out of position 7. John Alatic out of position 8. Zach McSwain 9th. Hayden Cardwell 10th. Nick Cooper 11th. And Mario Perez out of position number 12. Steve, a bit of a stacked field here in heat race number one.
All right, there we go. Yes, a very stacked field here.
Getting it all sorted, getting the bugs out of the way early on. We get set for heat number one, top 3 to the main event. Here we go. The Hub Sim Racing giveaways. Heat number one, Super Late Models is underway. And again, Steve, no qualifying. It is randomized, random draw for the starting positions. And we're seeing some of the faster drivers come from the back of the field.
You see Hayden Cardwell coming from the back, find his way side by side with Zach McSwain as they enter turn 3, coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Brett, this is going to be an exciting race. 100 laps, 10 laps of distance for these drivers trying to make a move and make it into the future races, the top 3. But you look right now, the 33 car Evan C is your leader.
He's out in front all by himself, but he's only got about 3-4 tenths of a second over Dalton Cloyd, who sits in that second position right now. And well, Dalton Cloyd doing a fantastic job to hold on to the second spot at the moment. Then we go back to the 7 of Cardwell back there in third, and Zach McSwain follows him, but he goes side by side with Tyler Reed down through turn number 3 and 4, 5 down, 5 to run. Heat race number one on track.
Yep, that's going to be my thing all night long. So anyway, you see Dalton Cloyd, he's not letting Evan C get too far ahead of him in that MDN Motorsports car.
And look, he's doing a great job at the moment in that number 30 machine. He's riding right around the mid-track in through turns 1 and 2. And he's down low. He's a lot lower than what Evan sees in 3 and 4. And again, timed at the moment, they are very, very similar. 14-1s at the moment. In fact, Dalton Cloyd was a little quicker that time by. And Dalton Cloyd, he's almost got one of the fastest laps of the race.
Yes, he does. White flag coming out this time for Evan C in a 33.
C will make his way down the back straight away for the final time in heat race number one. Evan C through 3 out of turn number 4. Victory is his. Evan C gets the win. Dalton Cloyd will come home second. And you go back to the 7 of Cardwell back there in third. McSwain 4th. Tyler Reed 5th. Scalf, Stiles, Barn, Cooper, and Kaufman. And that does conclude heat race number one. Heat number 2. Cars make their way onto the racetrack right now. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, starting on tonight's front row is car number 80 of Dylan Wilson on his outside. At car number 53, that's Tyler Batten. Second row inside, car number 34 is Terry Wolf, and on his outside, at car number 22 is JD Sass. Starting fifth tonight is Bryce Bailey. Starting sixth is Austin Carr. Being countermatched, starts seventh, JD Brown 8th, Gregory Seeger 9th, Blake Majulis 10th, and Barry Sorensen will start 12th.
All right, another good heat race here, Steve. And well, Dylan Wilson starts on pole. He's going to be one that is certainly going to be hard to beat. And well, for the second week in a row, that 127, Steve, of Blake Majulis. He hasn't got the luck of the draw tonight for the second week in a row. He starts position number 10.
Yep, position number 10. One thing to say, our admin tonight, William Duvall or BJ Duvall, doing a great job doing it solo, because really I can't help him.
Yeah, a little bit of technical difficulties here to start the night off, but Steve, heat number 2 is all yours to start with.
Green flags out, little roughing and buffing right there. Dylan Wilson on lap pedal. We have problems all the way around. One car spun out as Dylan Wilson leads going into turn number 3. Blake Majulis heavy on to 712 of Gregory Seeger, trying to make something happen as he's working that bottom line. He is last year's champion, and currently he drives with Swindell Speed Labs as he gets into the 53. So right now, Dylan Wilson continues to lead Tyler Batten, battling with, not Tyler Batten, but you look at Terry Wolf and Bryce Bailey battling for that second spot. Austin Carr side by side with a 40 of Bryce Bailey now. As they come across the start finish line. Terry Wolf not letting the 80 car get too far ahead of him as Austin Carr now moves into that third spot.
The top 3 really stepping their authority here in heat race number 2. We know Dylan Wilson started on pole. He's currently leading this one. Terry Wolf in second, and well, we go back towards the end of last season, Steve. He was one of these drivers that was really making a name for himself. He had a fantastic run. I believe it was at the Knoxville Raceway. And well, Austin Carr, he's no slouch behind the wheel of anything that he gets his backside into. And well, he certainly made his way possible up into that third and final transfer position. Another notable mention for the second week in a row, Blake Majulis, the 127. Didn't get the redraw, struggling in his heat race, Stephen. We're going to have to see that 127 world champion, the late model iRacing world champion, have to come from deep in the back of the field in one of the B mains.
Yes, we will. And one thing is he did have some cars spin out in front of him. That kind of slowed him down as now he started trying to get something to happen. But we got 2 laps to go. White flag coming out this time for Dylan Wilson. Dylan Wilson comes out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Goes into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Taking the heat race number 2 win. It'd be Dylan Wilson. Terry Wolf second. Austin Carr third. Bryce Bailey fourth. J.D. Brown fifth. Ben Countermarsh sixth. Barry Sorensen seventh. Blake Majulis eighth. J.D. Sass seventh. Tyler Batten 10th. And Gregory Seeger 11th.
All right, heat race number 2. Moving quickly through these heat races. Again, we do apologise about the delayed start, but again, iRacing having some sort of issues here. But heat race number 3, cars make their way onto the racetrack right now behind the iRacing.com official pace vehicle. Let's take a look at how they line up with your Ultimatedirttv starting grid. Heat number 3 of 5, and starting on pole for MDM Motorsports in car number 013, that's Brent Fair on his outside for Slick Sim Sports, and in car number 2, out of position number 2, Dylan Hauser. And MDM second row, Daniel Passmore will start position 3 alongside him in car 269, James Grace. Position number 5 is going to be the 78th of Michael Garron, Casey McAllister. In car number 30, will start position 6. Huey Quillen will start position 7th. The team VLR.com, Garrett Niebergy will start position number 8. At a 9th position, it's going to be the 17 of Aaron. Aaron Kitchen will start inside Bill Bashmeyer in car number 51 at a position 10. Then we go back to the 74 of Blake Brown at a position number 11. Steve, heat number 3, 10 laps the distance. Once again, top 3 to the main event. Your winner going to the live redraw.
Yes. And this should be a great race as the Admin is telling the drivers to calm it down in the heat race. But that really does suck for Blake Majulis. And, the thing about it is we would have had 12-lap heat races, but because of timing and, with all 3 races running tonight, we went ahead and moved it to 8. As you look, green flag is out. Dylan Hauser having problems. He's now fallen back into that 3rd spot. As you look at a 0-13 right now, that's Brett Fair leading the race. As you see, Daniel Passmore running in 2nd, the 269 car. He just joined MDM Motorsports. He's trying to make something happen. Oh, Daniel Passmore gets to the side of Fair. Fair continues to lead that lap. Hauser working a high side. As they come out of turn number 2, they're fixing to be 3 wide, Brett.
Yeah, fantastic racing up front, and Dylan Hauser 2 for the price of 1 in 1 lap. And he's done it for Slick Sim Sports. He's looking to go into the redraw tonight. Now McAllister all over the back of Brent Fair through turn number 1 and 2. Casey McAllister in that number 13 car. And look who's coming in the 19N. Garrett Niebuhr. He's 3 wide as well with Huey Quillen up his inside.
Yes, we're looking at it. Look, MDM is in 2nd and 3rd right now, and they're 3 wide back for 5th spot. Brett Fair having heavy pressure from the 30 car right now.
Yeah, Niebuhr to the inside of Quillen was going to make a little bit of contact down into turn number 1 and 2. James Grace on the outside. They continue to go 3 wide. This is for 5th, 6th, and 7th. As Dylan Hauser now puts a 1 second advantage and a 1 second gap back to Daniel Passmore in 2nd. Casey McAllister in 3rd. Brent Fair, who started on the front row, has fallen back to position 4 as he's got James Grayson. Well, look at Aaron Kitchen as well in the 17 car. He's making his way forward, looking to try to get himself into the main event picture. And at this stage, with 2 to run as they come out of turn number 4, this time by Aaron Kitchen, more than likely going to be stuck in the middle of a B main.
Yes, he is probably. And you look right now, Daniel Passmore getting some heavy pressure from Casey McAllister. White flag coming out this time. 1 lap to go, Brett.
Yeah, Hauser nearly a straightaway advantage over the rest of the field out of turn number 4. Hauser gets the win, goes to the redraw. McAllister will come home 2nd, 3rd is going to be Passmore. Those 3 drivers lock themselves into tonight's main event. Then we go back to Grace, Niebuhr, Kitchen, Quillen, Fair, Brown, and Bashmeyer as well. Backmeyer, and then Michael Garron home in position number 11. And that was heat number 3, Steve. Heat number 4. Cars coming onto the racetrack right now is the Hub Sim Racing giveaways. And Steve, we're live on a couple of Facebook pages tonight. Of course, we're live on the World of Thunder Racing League page, and we're also live on dirtfan.com as well.
Yes, we are. And this is another stacked field.
Yes, they are all stacked when it comes to the World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Models presented by the Hub Sim Racing giveaways and dirtfan.com. Let's take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 4.
All right, starting your front row tonight. At car number 15 is Tanner Folds. On his outside, at car number 27 VLR entry, it's Stephen Calavota. Your second row inside, at car number 14 is Shad Prescott. On his outside is Gavin McLeese. At car number 55, your third row inside is Devin Thompson and Chris Fisher. Starting 7th night is Gavin Collins and Jack Lavenger will start 8th. Ryan Underwood starts 9th. Jim Emery 10th. And Ashton Regal will bring up the end of the field. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing again, Brett.
Yes, that indeed we are. Heat number 4, the Hub Sim Racing giveaways. Heat 4, top 3 once again. We'll move straight into tonight's A main. Everybody else goes through to the B mains, and here we go. Tanner Fold, Stephen Calavota, front row. Calavota immediately falls back to 3rd position, as there goes Shad Prescott now immediately making his way into that 2nd position right now, as we've got some contact and some cars facing the wrong way in turns number 3 and 4. Keep an eye on the battle on for 4th and 5th right now. Ryan Underwood and Jack Clevenger as they go through turn number 3 and 4 for the second of 10 circuits around Lanier National Speedway. Your leader, Tanner Folds. Yes, this is a PC game. Ashley Martin, go to iRacing.com. Slide job by Prescott on Folds. Folds is going to come back at him now down into turn number 1 and 2. Gets a little tight. Prescott moves back underneath him right now as Prescott is going to continue on to the race lead down into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Tanner Folds back into the inside in the Folds graphics. Number 15X machine. But man, for D1RT, Shad Prescott, he's certainly got this super late model down pat right now, down into 3 and 4. He is going to pull a couple of car length advantage over Tanner Folds in second. Jim Emery back there in the third and final transfer position. Then we have a look at Ryan Underwood in 4th, Jack Clevenger, who does round out the top 5. Then you go back to Ashton Riggle battling with Chris Fisher right now. Chris Fisher in the TVR Hunt the Front number 5 machine around the outside of Riggle. And a good pass for that for the 6th position. So Riggle back to 7th, Gavin McLeese in 8th, 9th is Gavin Collins. And unfortunately for Stephen Calabona and Devon Thompson, both those drivers are already forced back to pit road. And again, we'll see those guys come back through the B mains if they decide to make their way onto the circuit. Shad Prescott continues to lead with 2 to run that time by down into turn number 1 and 2. He's got a healthy 1 second gap over Tanner Folds in the 15X. Then that's another 1.5 seconds back to Jim Emery in the number 4 machine in position number 3. But the white flag flies here at Lanier National Speedway. Heat number 4 of the Hub Sim Racing giveaways down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Heat number 4 complete. Your winner is Shad Prescott. He will go to the redraw. Tanner Folds, Jim Emery lock themselves into tonight's 100 lap A main event in positions number 2 and 3. Going to the B mains from 4th on back, Ryan Underwood, Jack Clevenger, Chris Fisher, Aston Riggle, Gavin Collins, Gavin McLeese, Stephen Calavoda. And I do apologise about the 11th driver that we did not get there, but that does conclude Heat number 4 of the Hub Sim Racing giveaways presented by World of Thunder Racing League and DirtFan.com. Heat number 5, the 5th and final heat race of the night. Let's take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Alright, starting on pole of heat number 5, the 5th and final heat race of the night in car number 09. It's Cody Turchi on his outside in car number 9. Tyler Ducharme. Vinny Sansoni will start position number 3 on his outside at a position number 4. Car number 21, that's Benjamin Nading. Inside third row at a position 5, Francis Mayer. Robert Fletcher, car 77, will start position number 6. Gavin Jordan out of position number 7. Bryson Daffin lines up out of position number 8. Out of position number 9, it's going to be Dustin Hall with Derek Dryman lining up out of position number 10. And out of position number 11 in car 29, it is Kenneth Payne. Heat race number 5 of the Hub Sim Racing giveaways, presented by World of Thunder Racing League and DirtFan.com as the field gets set to launch behind the 09 and the 9. Look out, there is some contact going down on the front straightaway down into 1 and 2. We've got one car upside down. That happens to be the 21 of Benjamin Nading. But there's nearly 3 wide going down into 3 and 4. And the 09 of Cody Turchi. Third last in this one, your leader, Vinny Sansoni. The 18 of Bryson Daffin slides up in front of Fletcher. Fletcher comes back at him now down into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side, 3 wide behind him, you little ripper. Oh, the 11 of Jordan just... There goes Dryman. The 11 of Jordan. Contact with the wall. May have had contact with another car going down into turn number 1. Dustin Hall up on the inside of Robert Fletcher. Now Robert Fletcher 3/4 of the way up the racetrack into turn number 1 and 2. And again, this is the battle for 4th and 5th as we watch Tyler Ducharme and Vinny Sansoni. Sansoni, your race leader. Then you go back to Ducharme on the bottom side of the racetrack. Your leader, well, cannot split the pair as they go side by side down into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. And the 18 of Bryson Daffin is there. He tries to force his way to the inside there on Sansoni. Doesn't make contact. But Tyler Ducharme continues to lead. Into turn number 3 and 4. 6 down. 4 to run this time by Daffin back there in second. Then you go back to Sansoni. And then you go back to Dustin Hall and Derek Dryman, who's still continuing to battle right now over the past couple of laps with the 77. Robert Fletcher back there in 6th position. Your pole sitter, Cody Turchi, made his way back up to 7th. Make that 6th. Oh, look at Sansoni. We're not going to assume anything happened with another driver, but unfortunately for Vinny Sansoni, pretty sure he might have just had a helping hand from either the 18 or the 9 machine, but the way he's driving right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it is the 18. 1 lap to go. 3/8 of a mile in distance around Lanier National Speedway. Tyler Ducharme for Slick Sim Sports will be the second Slick Sim Sports car to make his way into the redraw. He will do so. Tyler Ducharme victorious second. Going to go to Daffin Hall third. Then we go back to Derek Dryman in 4th. Robert Fletcher, Cody Turchi, Gavin Jordan, Kenneth Payne, Vinny Sansoni. And then we go back to the 52 of Francis Mayer and Benjamin Nading, who does round out the 11 car field. That is the 5 heat races completed. And it is now time for B main number 1 of 3. Let's take a look at how they line up with the Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. So these B mains have been shortened again just due to the time restrictions. They are going to be 10 laps in distance with their top 3 going through to your A main. Starting on pole, B main number 1 in car 25. It's Zach McSwain on his outside out of position 2. Ryan Underwood. JD Brown will line up at a position number 3. Robert Fletcher lines up at a position number 4. Aaron Kitchen will line up at a position 5. Mitch Stiles to line up at a P6. Ashton Riggle out of position 7. Blake Majulis out of position number 8. Position 9 going to be Kenneth Payne and Blake Brown out of position number 10. Steve Kaufman out of position 11. Stephen Calavoda out of position 12. Greg Sager out of position number 13. Benjamin Ading out of position number 14. The only driver to not grid in this 14 car field was Stephen Calavoda. So that is his super late model night done. 13 cars taken to the racetrack right now for B main number 1. 10 laps will be the distance. B main number 1 starting with 10 laps, and it's going to be the 25 of Zach McSwain to the lead from Ryan Underwood in 2nd position. Yellow flag immediately out onto the circuit. So we've got, oh no, we've got the 127 of Blake Majulis upside down, and for the 2nd week in a row it does not look, well, it's pretty cut and dry that he will not make the show as we take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. And I guess, well, I've already seen what happened, but we'll show you what happened is Majulis tried to cut to the inside, and unfortunately he goes for a bit of a wild ride. And again, just watching that, he thought he was clear, but not clear. Trying to stay to the bottom side. The 82 of Ashton Riggle there, just right there. I'm not going to say in the way, but I don't think he was never on his inside left rear. Oh, you guys can make the You guys can make the call on that one. We'll leave that one alone. So it's back to live pitches. We are set to go back to green flag action here at the McSwain and Underwood. We'll see if Underwood can do anything here in the Wicked Energy Gum number 46 machine. Currently rides in the second position. JD Brown in third. Robert Fletcher in fourth. Fletcher nearly peeking to the nearly getting that spot there on the exit of turn number 4 as he stays down low through 1 and 2. Here comes the 17 of Aaron Kitchen trying to make that car super fast, trying to get around the outside of the 77 and the city sights on either the 46 and or the 14. As JD Brown going to make that move to the inside, but we watch Aaron Kitchen put the slider there on Robert Fletcher. Brown now moves into position 2. So Aaron Kitchen, in fact, we're watching the 17, the former Super Late Model Series champion, I think season 2 or season 3, picked up a win. Right now, this is season 8, I believe it is, here at the World of Thunder iRacing League. McSwain Brown lead Ryan Underwood. Watch Ryan Underwood in the 46 machine. Ken Roos, thank you very much for those 150 stars. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much for the support. Checkered flag is out. And your top 3 that go through to the main event, Zach McSwain, JD Brown, and Ryan Underwood. Everybody else, pack it up, go home. I'll see you back for the modifieds in about an hour's time, or we'll see you back for next week. Or you can come back for the 410s, either. Kenny, thank you very much for those stars, buddy. We certainly appreciate the support here on Ultimatedirttv, and we hope everybody is enjoying their coverage. Let's take a look at Heat Race B-Main number 2. Let's take a look at how they line up with your Ultimatedirttv starting grid. I just got to say, if you're watching on the YouTube feed, live chat is back to available now. All you can do is just hit that refresh button. But let's take a look at your Ultimatedirttv starting grid. Starting on pole, car number 40, Bryce Bailey on his outside. Derek Dryman out of position number 2. Garrett Niebregi will line up out of position 3. Out of position number 4, Eric Scalf. Out of position 5, it's Chris Fisher. Out of position 6, Barry Sorensen. Position 7 is Gavin Jordan. Brent Fair out of position number 8. Position number 9, Nick Cooper. Gavin McLeese out of position number 10. Tyler Batten out of position 11, Francis Major out of position number 12, and that will be all. $12 cars in B-Main number 2. Chris Green, thank you very much for the follow. And JR Batista, thank you very much for the follow as well. The notification about to come up. There it is. Hello, the shirtless dad. Hope you got a shirt on. Yeah, John. Bryce is certainly giving it a crack. Not afraid. As we get set here for B-Main number 2. 10 laps of distance, top 3 to the 100 lap A-Main event. Here coming up after B-Main number 3, there'll be a 3-minute warm-up session. As we get set, green flag off of turn number 4. We are green here at Lanier. B-Main number 2. It is the 40 of Bryce Bailey leading down into turns 3 and 4. Dryman, Niebregi up on the inside. Niebregi will take second position. Now looking to come after the race leader right now of Bailey. Side by side, down your back straightaway. Battle on for 3rd and 4th as well. Dryman under all sorts of pressure from a number of drivers. Chris Fisher, Barry Sorensen, Nick Cooper. And then, of course, there's Eric Scalf in there as well. Barry Sorensen working the outside of the racetrack. But the battle is on for the top spot, the number 1 position. And then a battle on for third and fourth. One final transfer position. Again, top three go through. Well, let's just leave it. We'll leave it no shirt, right? I guess that's why they call you the shirtless dad, correct? Dryman working the outside of the racetrack through turn number 3 and 4. 4 down. 6 to run here in B main number 2. The TVR hunt the front number 5. Chris Fisher now looking to the inside on Bailey as Bailey slammed the door shut down into turn number 3, and there is the move for second position. And now look at this, 3 wide, Dryman up on the inside of Bailey, and then you go back to Nick Cooper. Now Nick Cooper in that number 2 machine, the easy go number 2, but driving for Slick Sim Sports, 3 wide, and the battle is on for the final transfer spot. Look at the top 5 right now, top 6 in fact, because you throw in Eric Scout, there is nothing in it between them. As Fisher moves to the race lead momentarily, but Nebriji back to his outside, but Fisher will hold on to the number 1 position, putting the 19N of Garrett Nebriji back to second position. Yellow flag is out. And this is going to put us into a green-white checker for B main number 2. Well, you don't... Well, I mean, depending on what the dress code is, right? But yeah, shirts for weddings and funerals. Okay. Bryce Bailey trying to text and drive. There's laws against that, you know. Alright, while these yellows are out, we're going to have some tablets. So I desperately need them, so I can put up with you guys. I'm kidding. Well, well, if we had an Ultimatedirttv shirt, I'm sure we could hook you up. But yeah, since we don't have any, we're not gonna. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. All right, green-white checker out here at Lanier. Fisher, Nebriji, Bailey, Dryman now side by side, nearly 3 wide. As Barry Sorensen now looks to move into third as, well, Bryce Bailey certainly using that front bumper there as Nebriji cops almost the worst of that one. As Gavin Jordan now moves into third position, but boy oh boy, things are getting out of hand and ugly very, very quickly. Your winner is Chris Fisher. Derek Dryman home in second. Gavin Jordan home in third position. Boy, oh boy, that got very, very ugly towards the end of that one. That was B main number 2 complete. B main number 3 will make their way to the racetrack here very, very shortly. And we're going to find out which final 3 drivers are going to make their way into tonight's 100-lap A main event. Let's take a look at how they line up with the Ultimatedirttv starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 269, it's James Grace on his outside, the 58 of Tyler Reid. Jack Clevenger will line up at a position 2, Ben Catamarsh at a position number 4, Position 5, it's going to be Cody Turchi, Huey Quillen at a position 6, Jed Barton and Gavin Collins at a 7th and 8th. JD Sassy, Vinny Sansoni, Bill Bashmeyer, Mario Perez, Devin Thompson and Terry Kitchen. So 6 cars didn't make the call for being a main number 3. So 8 of these drivers are going to make their way into a B main, or this B main. Top 3 are going to go through, and the shirtless dad, we are going to have 24 cars in tonight's 100-lap main event. So we've already had 21 locked in via 5 heat races and 2 B mains. This is our final B main of the night. And we'll see which 3 drivers will make their way to the back of tonight's main event. Here we go. 10 laps on the board, and it's going to be James Grace who will lead the field down the back straightaway for the first time. Now 2 and 3 wide down the back straightaway. Turchi trying to make some moves. It's still very early on in this race as we've just completed lap number 1. Clevenger on the outside looking in back there in position number 4 as he in fact makes the pass on Huey Quillen on the exit of turn number 4, but Huey Quillen driving it in deep, not even selling it cheap. Yeah, you take that shit elsewhere then, Bryce. Battle on between Clevenger and Quillen. Quillen upstairs. A lot of the drivers down low. Turchi. Remember, oh, look at... Uh-oh. Clevenger into the back of Quillen. Or into the front of Quillen, I should say. And, oh, reminds me of somebody else. But Cody Turchi, who started on the front row for his heat race, unfortunately didn't have a heat race he would have liked to remember. But so far, got himself into 3rd position. And we see a lot of these drivers working down low. Countermarched in that 12 machine through the middle. In fact, it was a little tight there through turn number 1 and 2. But James Grace, your leader, the newest member there of MDM Motorsports. Two laps away from the 100-lap main event for 3 drivers, Grace, Caldermarsh and Turchi. Oh, Caldermarsh into the wall. He's just got a couple of turns to go. Can he hang on? Grace gets the win. 2nd will go to Turchi. And 3rd is going to be Caldermarsh. Sassy will miss out along with Quillen, Thompson and Sansoni, and Clevenger will also miss out as well. But it is time for the redraw. And we are ready to go with Mr. McMillan.
All right. So, 5 cars. Dylan Wilson.
Position 5.
Evan C.
Position 3.
Dylan Hauser.
Position 2.
Shad Prescott.
Pole position.
And Tyler Descharm.
Position 4.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Alright, we're going to take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll be back in just a few moments' time with your 100-lap main event for the Hub Sim Racing Giveaways Super Late Model A-Main, presented by World of Thunder iRacing League and DirtFan.com. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Hub Sim Racing giveaways Super Late Models round number 2 here at Lanier National Speedway. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 100 lap main event. So the first 5 drivers are in the redraw. Those drivers, Evan C, Dylan Wilson, Dylan Hauser, Shad Prescott, and Tyler Ducharme. Those 5 drivers will be shuffled around just a little bit. Dalton Cloyd will start position 6, Terry Wolf and Casey McAllister in row 4. Row 5, Tanner Folds and Bryson Daffin. Hayden Cardwell, Austin Carr in row 6. Daniel Passmore, Jim Emery in row 7. Dustin Hall, Zach McSwain in row 8. Row 9, Chris Fisher, James Grace. Row 10, JD Brown, Derek Drymond. Row 11, Cody Turchi, Ryan Underwood. And row 12, Kevin Jordan and Ben Countermarsh. So welcome back in, Mr. McMillan, for the call.
All right, you ready?
I was always born ready.
All right, so they're lining up their front row, and it's going to be Shad Prescott with Dylan Hauser on outside. You got Evan C, last week's feature winner, and Tyler Ducharme on the outside, and look at Dylan Wilson starting 5th, Brett. So they're fixing to do the 4 wide salute. A lot of these people probably think I can't see. So just because I can't communicate through iRacing, don't worry. I got something tonight or tomorrow for them when I watch all this again.
Alright, well, we are just awaiting the drivers to get the signal to show you the most awesome sight in all of motorsports. Now, wondering why we are green and the laps are ticking away with 2 of 105. Well, the first 5 laps are to get the drivers correctly into their correct positions. Those drivers from the redraw, that is. And then, of course, once we are on lap 5 of 5 out of turn 4, that's when we are going to let these drivers loose for 100 laps around Lanier National Speedway. They've been given the signal to show you the most awesome sight in all of motorsports. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Hub Sim Racing Giveaways 4 Wide Salute presented by World of Thunder iRacing League and DirtFan.com. Steve, there is no better sight in all of motorsports.
That's correct, Brett. And you know what? These drivers are putting on. It was a nasty heat race. B mains, you know, a lot of these drivers are on time crunch to try to get in. I mean, but still, that's no excuse. And you know what? Consequences will happen this week. And, you know, we've already suspended somebody. And I really do suspect there'll be some more suspensions handed out after tonight's race.
It's real simple. Drive like a crown, you be treated like a clown.
That's correct. They're going to learn not to do it here. They just think I'm not watching. Well, just because I can't say anything, I can't DQ anybody or can't throw a caution, I know what's happening.
And yeah, we are starting lap number 5. We're on lap number 5 right now. So it is now time for your main event. We are about to go green off turn number 4. 100 laps. Who's going to take out tonight's the Hub Sim Racing Giveaways main event? We are green here at Lanier, and it's going to be Prescott, Hauser, Evan C. Just 4 wide there for a moment there, but C and Hauser just come together there on the turns 1 there. But yeah, see, look at the Dalton Cloyd and that 30 machine work on the outside.
He is. He's using that to his advantage, and he's looking like he's getting a good run off the turns. You just need to make sure the car on the inside. We got one around. That's the Cuban.
Yeah, no yellow just yet as we stay green as Well, continue to see Prescott lead Hauser and Evans C again after the two made contact there in turn number 1 and 2. It's been pretty clean for the most part so far. Dylan Wilson up to position 4. Then we go back to Tyler Deschamps in position 5, and again, a couple of D1R2, or one D1RT car, sorry, a couple of slick sim sports cars inside the top 5, and yeah, a couple of D1RT cars as well, with Prescott leading. But man, you really suspect, or you really expect these 5 drivers, you know, to really get a wriggle on, and you know, really just move away from the rest of the field, especially if we can get a good long green flag period run here, Steve.
Yes, and Evan C gets around Dylan Hauser. Now you have Dylan Wilson side by side with Hauser, and Hauser getting pushed up with the contact there. Now his teammate goes around him as Dylan Hauser goes to the inside, gets into his teammate. I would say he's pretty ticked right now on his way to make a mission.
Yeah, keep an eye on that number 2 machine. We know he's got some bad fast speed in that car, but again, just I think maybe the wrong time to get into his teammate there, and you know, his teammate obviously felt the consequences there as he's fallen back to 7th position. But again, it's still a long way to go, Steve. We are looking at 9 in the books. Sorry, 8 in the books this time by. Still 92 to run.
Yes, they wanted a longer race, and if you're watching, the UMP Modifieds will be starting directly after this. The league sessions has been canceled on there. So if you're watching this, fix to get into the Modifieds, it'd be going up. Brett Wheeler will be doing it for me right after the super late models.
Watching Evans C and Wilson there run the bottom side through turns 3 and 4. They haven't really got off the bottom as the 10-lap marker is down, and we've got our first caution of the night. And we've got to wonder, is keep an eye on Dylan Hauser, because I don't think he's not making any contact, just maybe a little bit of a bump just there, but I mean nothing too out of the ordinary. But again, just showing his displeasure there to the 33, and well, he's got that out of his system. He'll calm down and he'll readdress the situation.
Yes, you know what? One thing I could see Dylan Hauser being a late model World Outlaw late model champion this season. You know, he's shown strength. He shows he can do it. You know, and he's working on it.
It almost just seems as though it's the same couple of drivers that get together week in and week out. And again, not sure if there's, bad blood between the pair or not, but
yeah. I mean, it's happened before last season, and they'll calm down. It's short track racing, Brett. Tippers fly high. Lights are out. We're fixing to go green flag action for the first restart of the night. Green flag is out. Shad Prescott on loud pedal. Look at his teammate Dylan Wilson as they go into turns number 1. The 33 Evan C has a chance to win a bonus tonight, a $20 bonus if he wins tonight's feature race. As you look at Dylan Hauser on the outside of Hayden Cardwell.
Tell us more about that bonus, Steve. Tell us more about that bonus, because now I'm intrigued.
Well, the bonus comes from if you win the Monsters of Dirt Wednesday night All-Star Series and come out and win the Pro Late Model, or you win their Late Model Series on Wednesday night, you come out and win the Super Late Models on Sunday night with the World Thunder, there is a $20 bonus each race for the winner from Wednesday night. And then there is a $100 bonus for the driver that's highest in points in the top 5 for World of Thunder and Monsters of Dirt.
Oh, there you go. Awesome stuff as Evan C, of course, falling back behind the 80 machine after that restart. It'll be 18 down this time by, and Shad Prescott, he has led since the drop of the green flag, and now seeing this track get very, very slick, Steve. I'm not surprised that we're seeing a lot of the drivers on the bottom side, because we've seen time after time, especially here at Lanier, this bottom side, although it's slick it's fairly slick from top to bottom. I mean, there's still a fair bit of moisture there on the top side through 1 and 2, as the yellow flag is going to come back out onto the speedway.
Now it looks like that's for Casey McAllister. And we have JD Brown spinning around there. Looks like he might have a little bit of damage.
Back there in 22nd position. So Austin Carr's made his way back up to 18th position again after the opening couple of laps, after he was around in that Elite 7 Racing #1 machine. After being literally dead last, he's back up to 18th position, so that one machine has got a long way to go. But Steve, again, he's another one of these drivers that's got the ability to, you know, really drive from the back to the front and do it cleanly. And I mean, this field is pretty much stacked from, you know, from talent from top to bottom. It's just a testament to some of these drivers that are, you know, being able to make their way from the back to the front.
Definitely, you know, and like a lot of these big name drivers that race with each other week in, week out, day in, day out. Official races, league races. I mean, so tippers fly. It didn't carry over. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising to see this carry on next week. Hopefully it doesn't, but you never know. As lights are out of base, we're going on our second restart of the night. Reflag is out. This time, Evan C. got started on the bottom, and he's underneath the 80 car Dylan Wilson as they exit turn number 3 or 4 down to 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3, exiting turn number 4. Evan C. now battling for that second spot with the 80 of Dylan Wilson.
Evan C. trying to do the move what Dylan Wilson done to Evan C. on the previous restart, but they're going to continue to race side by side through to number 3 and number 4. As we are 1/4 of the race distance complete, 25 down, 75 to run. And again, with the interviews with our top 3, we might have to cut those short just a little bit, just so we can get the UMPs. Of course, it all will just depend on how the rest of the race goes. As well, Wilson now just got clear there of Evan C. on the front straightaway. We'll see if we can do it down the back straightaway. Oh! A bit of net code in that one, Steve. And the left rear tyre on the left side tyres got up on that number 80D machine. He just readdressed the situation, I think. And well, now Dylan Hauser moves into third and comes after Dylan Wilson for second.
Yes, that was. Oh, he gets to the back of Dylan Hauser. Evan C. Right there.
Take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Again, it is C and Hauser. We go on board here with Dylan Hauser, just gets a little tap from behind. Daily Dirt, we are doing good, buddy. We're doing good. Take a look from high in the sky from the blimp camera. Tyler Deschamps trying to avoid his teammate there, and unfortunately caught a piece of that number 2 machine. So the 33 of Evan C. looking like that with the cars going past him that he's been given an EOL for that one. So Evan C. going to the tail end of the field. Chad Prescott and Dylan Wilson again on the front row on this restart. 32 down. 68 to run as they go down into 1 and 2. Car up the stairs, that's the 7 machine. Yellow flag. Back out very quickly, so maybe Racing Control not happy with that start. Well, a couple of drivers there, but it's been a rough start to the night here for these guys with the official server or the session not going up. So the light's still flashing on the iRacing.com pace truck. Hopefully those lights do turn off this time by and we go back to green flag action. There we go. Field going into single file formation. In fact, they're going to the Delaware. No, there we go. Rows of 2x2. It took them a little ways to get that going, but they're back underway. Wilson and Prescott for D1RT. They continue to lead down into 3 and 4. Tyler Ducharme back there in 4th position, being pressured by the 46 of Ryan Underwood in that Wicked Energy Gum. Number 46, look, he's got a top 5 at the moment. A couple more positions away from a podium with Tyler Ducharme. As there is the 25 of McSwain. He's just tucked in behind the 9 of Ducharme and the 46 of Underwood as they made contact there on the exit of turn number 2 right now. As here goes Underwood with a move there, with a mini slider there on Ducharme, but Ducharme crosses underneath, and Tyler Ducharme, he wants that 4th position back. And for Slick Sim Sports right now, he's the driver inside of the top 5. As Underwood trying to work through the middle now. Turn number 3 and 4, 40 down, 60 to run. Each lap goes by, which is 1% race distance completed. Hello, Alan. Your leader is still Prescott, 4/10 of a second over Dylan Wilson. Those two drivers have been phenomenal all night. Carbo back there in 3rd, and then of course 4th right now is Ryan Underwood. Then you go back to Tyler Ducharme, McSwain, Chris Fisher, Dalton Cloyd, Derek Dryman on the outside of turns 3 and 4 in 10th position. So Dryman having a great night as well. Justin, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. Just listen to how much these drivers are off the throttle right now. Just rolling the bottom side, rolling through the slick. And it's all being Shad Prescott out in front, and he started from the pole position. We're just a handful of laps away from being halfway completed in tonight's main event. It is a 100 lapper. If you're wondering why it says 105, well, those first 5 laps were to get the drivers from the redraw into their correct positions. Ducharme under pressure by McSwain, and then Fisher putting the pressure there on McSwain. Fisher had to come through from 17th. He's up to 7th, so that 5 is making some moves right now. Austin Carr stuck in behind the number 18 of Daffin. Into turns 1 and 2 they run. James Gray's holding on as well. Countermarsh, or Kudermarsh I should say. Nearly in a 3-wide battle right now. Just in front of them is the 8 of Passmore. Passmore works low through 1 and 2. James Grace as well. And to come from position number 18, so Grace and Derek Dryman come from that 9th row. And it's been a pretty stellar drive so far, I've got to say, for those two drivers. So a lot of these drivers are fairly spread out, except for the pack that is on screen. And this is a good battle. We are past half race distance, 52 down this time by. There it goes. In fact, there it is, 52 completed. As your leader is now just starting to get into lap traffic. The 11 of Gavin Jordan officially goes a lap down under green flag conditions. The next is Cody Turchi. 7/10 of a second difference between Prescott and Wilson. Is Wilson just biding his time? Is Prescott going too hard too early on? Underwood, a fantastic job so far in 4th position. We'll go back and have a look at these battles right now between some of these drivers. Passmore and Kudamash, James Grace, Hall, and Jim Emery, Austin Carr as well. Kudamash and Passmore side by side. This is for 10th and 11th on now. So a couple of MDM drivers right now. Passmore and Grace. And behind the 12 of Kudamash. Austin Carr trying to work the outside through turn number 3 and 4. Again, after he had some bad luck at the start of the night for the feature event, was turned around and there was a yellow at about the 10 lap 10 mark. And he said to fight for every position in that number 1 for Elite 7 Racing. As nobody else really upstairs except for that number 1 machine, and when you got a clear track in front of you on the top side, it's all about trying to keep that speed and momentum and trying to rally past the rest of the drivers that are working down low. We go back to Prescott, who in fact is not too far behind that number 1 machine. There's just a couple of car lengths between them right now. So right now Prescott in heavy lap traffic. 61 complete, 39 to run. Passmore and Carr, they are side by side. This is 12th and 13th on screen. And your leader is coming to lap them. Prescott through the middle. And here comes Dylan Wilson. So you know these boys want to stay on the lead lap because they're fighting for positions. You know they don't want to go a lap down, because if they go a lap down, it's pretty much ending their night, because there's no lucky dogs, no wave arounds in this one. Prescott and Wilson through the middle. Carr upstairs. Carr stays upstairs. James Grace is now going to go upstairs into turn number 1 and 2. As Carr is going to look to get by James Grace, and that is for 11th position. Carr right upstairs, right up near the wall, putting the right rear fender panel inches away from that wall. They have a 3.1 second gap. In fact, only a 3.5 second gap back to the 3rd place driver right now, but we stay locked into the top 2 drivers on the racetrack. 1st and 2nd, the 14 of Shad Prescott and the number 80 machine of Dylan Wilson for D1RT. Continuing their dominance here as of late. And oh, look out, Derek Dryman. That opened up the door for Wilson up on the inside. Dryman didn't do nothing wrong. He was holding his line, but the leaders, I just snuck up on him very, very quickly. April and Buddy, go to iRacing.com. Make sure you get an iRacing subscription, and then you can apply to the World of Thunder iRacing League. So side by side for your race lead, Wilson. Wilson will lead that lap, I believe. I'm pretty sure Wilson led that lap, and he did. So the first lap that Prescott has not led, and we are coming to 30 to go. So let's get dirty for the final 30 here at Lanier National Speedway. Prescott and Wilson. Wilson has got the line down into 3. Prescott drives it in deeper, trying to get the moisture off the top side, but it is all bottom side, locked down all the way around this 3/8 of a mile circuit. Yellow flag is out, and they had lapped up to 9th position. So Dalton Cloyd, thank your lucky stars you didn't go a lap down. Unlucky for the drivers that have been lapped under green flag conditions. So right after this one, we're going to chat to hopefully our winner, and depending on time, we'll see if we can chat to the other drivers as well. But again, the server will go up for the UMP modifieds. Again, we are running about half hour behind schedule. But with that long green flag period run there for the super late models, time has certainly brought back some time when it comes to how long it's taken. So again, we do apologise. Lights are out. 25 to go. 75 complete. 3/4 of the race distance complete. Let's get live for 25. Wilson down low. Prescott through the middle. So a clear track in front of him right now. Prescott gets tight and has to drive it up the racetrack, and off goes the 7 of Cardwell. Now, that one machine, lap cars staying where they are because Austin Carr is in scored 9th position but shown 4th on the racetrack. Prescott stays back down low through turn number 3 and 4. He's going to make the pass on the 7 machine back for 2nd position. So D1RT back to 1 and 2. Here in tonight's main event, and Dylan Wilson. It has been a cool, calm and collected drive for the number 80D machine. 21 remaining. Ducharme holding off the 46 of Underwood. Now that is a battle for 5th and 6th on screen at the moment. Dalton Cloyd in 7th, then you go back to Fisher in 8th, and Austin Carr, who was in front of them on the track, but he scored a lap down. So again, we see a lot of the drivers work on the bottom side of the racetrack. Only a couple, less than a handful of drivers work on the outside of the speedway. 6.5 tenths of a second gap between Wilson and Prescott. Lap times in the high 14s, the 14.8s for Wilson and Prescott. Everybody else 15s or 15s, 15.1s, 15.2s, 15.0s there. There's a little worse than that, 15.4s and 5s. It's man oh man. You just see these D1RT cars. They have certainly got a whole lot of speed, and this is why they are one of the best in the business. As there goes Underwood, puts a move there on Ducharme, and now here comes Dalton Cloyd up the inside. Ducharme will shut the door. 15 to run. This time by on the front straightaways. Your leaders come out of turn number 4, and it's back to half a second, and Shad Prescott, he's starting to make a run at your race leader, but with 15 to run. The laps are winding down, and so is the time for Prescott. So you watch the field run by the front straightaway and run by the flag stand. We'll go back to your leaders who are about to come back into screen from right to left, and there they are. And you get the feel, I get the feeling right now that these drivers are going to catch a few more of these lap cars. And how will it play out? Well, I guess we're about to find out. Prescott really closing the gap there on the 80 machine, just getting maybe a little flustered right now. Late in the race, 12 to run. So we are closing in a couple of laps time on less than a heat race distance to be left here at Lanier for the Hub Sim Racing Giveaways main event, presented by World of Thunder iRacing League and DirtFan.com, your A main. And Wilson really closed in on Passmore. Nearly getting into the back of Passmore again. This is going to open up that door for Shad Prescott, but with Passmore holding the bottom side, Wilson just has to run right through the middle, and he's got this one. Passmore not going to let these guys go by easily. He's going to hold his line. He's going to have to make them work for it. They do work for it. And there goes Wilson, and now they're both going to stay to the middle because the 11 of Gavin Jordan doing exactly what Passmore did, just holding his line and just doing what these lappers are supposed to do. That's one thing you can ask for from these drivers, is just to hold a line, and you just hope to God that they do so, and they have done so, so well done to Jordan and Passmore. Prescott, this is going to be tight. If we get this for the next 7 laps, boy, oh boy, who is going to get this one? Flip a coin, ladies and gentlemen. Heads it goes to Prescott. Tails goes to Wilson. Prescott takes the lead. Wilson now comes backing him up on the inside out of turn number 4. They made contact on the front straightaway. 6 to run. And we are now getting the race that we deserve. So the final 5 circuits this time by. Lap car of Cody Turchi. Could that play a factor in how this race plays out? You'd love to see Turchi just go to the outside, let these guys go on by, and let these guys drag race it all the way around us. Oh, Wilson into the back of Turchi, and that could be the moment that Shad Prescott needed. And again, Turchi not doing anything wrong, just holding his line. And there goes Prescott. Wilson with 3 to run. Wilson would need an absolute miracle. 2 to go, this time by out of turn 4. The white flag flies next lap. 3/8 of a mile, 8 turns, 2 circuits. Wilson may have just given up. He might have thrown in the towers. The 12 machine of Kudamash to the top shelf as the white flag flies one final time around Lanier National Speedway into turn number 3 out of turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, your main event win. It's going to go to Shad Prescott, who gets the victory here at Lanier. Second is going to go to Dylan Wilson. Third across the line will be the 7 of Cardwell. Then you go back to Ryan Underwood in 4th position. McSwain 5th. Ducharme 6th. Cloyd Fisher. Jim Emery in 10th. Then we go back to Grace, Dryman, Hall, Kudamash, Passmore, Jordan, Turchi, Brown, Daffin, Wolf, your top 20. C. Hauser, McAllister, and Tanner Falls. But ladies and gentlemen, it is done. Well, no, not necessarily, Joe, because the 9 has got a right to be on the racetrack. He done nothing wrong. He held his line. But again, I would have liked to see him go to the top side. Alright, so we are going to take a quick break here. Hold on 1 second. We've got an admin joining me. Alright, we're going to talk to our top 2 here in just a moment. So give us just a few moments. We'll get things sorted out in the victory lane process, and we'll chat to Shad Prescott and Dylan Wilson. And let's go down to victory lane right now. And let's chat to our driver that comes home in first place tonight for D1RT in car number 14. It is Shad Prescott. Shad, congratulations on this victory. Boy, oh boy, that was a race to remember. Yourself and Dylan Wilson, you know, you guys really drove away from the rest of the field, and you guys certainly put on one hell of a show.
Yeah, it was a great race. I mean, it's kind of more my style, where it's that slick and you don't have to get up and beat against the wall. And it was just fun. The lap traffic kind of made it interesting there. Just kind of try to go where they're not and hope they leave you room, and it works out. And I think it should have been a pretty good show for everybody.
It almost looked like you went a little too hard too early in that race. Were you sort of just trying to go hard from the get-go? Were you trying to pace yourself throughout that night? Because, once Wilson got by you, I guess that the lap traffic sort of helped bring that race back into what it should have been, yourself and Wilson putting on a show. Personally, I would like to see that lap car go to the top side, but in the end, he done nothing wrong. He was just holding his line. And as a race car driver, when you come up on those lap cars, all you want is for those drivers to hold their line.
Yeah, it's just sometimes they hold their line, they just kind of hang out a little bit further than you were expecting them to, and it kind of every now and then it'll mess you up. But yeah, nobody did anything wrong there. It was just hard racing.
Well, congratulations on the victory here at Lanier National Speedway. We'll let you get to celebrating a 1-2 for D1RT, and we'll let you get and celebrating with your teammate quickly. But before we do, of course, sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy, who makes it happen for you.
Yeah, just got to thank Eddie Livingston, all the guys over at D1RT. I got to thank Brett Laidhoff with Big Show Promotions for helping me out, and Jim Emery for the good-looking Ravs, and you guys for the great broadcast as always, and Steven for putting on all these races for us to run. And I think most importantly, I got to thank Dylan for running me clean there. I never had to worry about him doing anything crazy or anything that would wreck his bow, so I got to thank him for that.
Next question, are we going to see you for the UMPs?
No, that's the plan.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. Good luck with the UMPs, sir.
Thank you.
There we go. Shad Prescott there, home in first place. Home in second place tonight. Also for D1RT, comes home in second position. It is Dylan Wilson. Dylan, congratulations on this second place run. Maybe one that slipped away from you there in the end with that lap car in those last 5 laps. But hey, still a fantastic result for you and the team as well.
Yeah, it's never good to lose the lead when you have it, but honestly, we're the second best car. We just got lucky with lap traffic. So I saw him coming. I wanted to race him hard but clean, and I knew he was better than me. It's the last few weeks I've had to chase Evan at Knoxville. I consider him probably the best one there, and Shad at this track, and I consider him the best one at this track when it's slick. So kind of had my hands full the last couple of weeks, but to be able to pull a second and lead some laps was cool. So just like I said, I had to be pinned right on that seam. If I had to come up off of it, I was terrible, and that was all he needed to make the move at the end.
Well, it was always going to be a race that was won in lap traffic. When you come up on that 09 machine in those last 5 laps when you were sort of caught behind him, and again, he did nothing wrong. I guess you just ran out of time there. You were a lot faster than what he was. Once Shad got by you there in those last couple of laps, was it sort of just a case of, well, my moment and opportunity is gone, I'll have to finish second?
Yeah, if I could stay on that seam, if I could be under him and be on that seam, I felt like I had a chance. But once the lap car kind of was on the bottom there in front of me, it kind of screwed up my run. So he was just, I don't know, a quarter of a tenth better. I just needed that little bit extra. I don't know if it was gear or what, but just that little bit extra is all I needed to be able to probably hold him off. But like I said, you have to try something that Shad's not doing to be able to beat him there, and he's unstoppable there when it's slick, and it's to be even that close to him on speed was pretty cool.
Well, congratulations on second place, making it a 1-2 for D1RT. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate, but before we do, of course, we'll throw the mic back to you one final time. Sponsor shows, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, thanks to the guys at D1RT, thanks to the guys over at Tub, and thanks to you guys for broadcasting, and World of Thunder for putting this deal on.
All right, there we go. That was Dylan Wilson there, home in second position. And that is going to wrap it up for the podiums here, or the podium interviews for the Hub Sim Racing giveaways, a main event for the World of Thunder Racing League. We'll take a short break. We'll end this stream, have a new stream up for the UMP Modifieds. Again, we're not going to be too much longer with that one. And again, we've brought back the time, so we are pretty much on track for the rest of the night. So again, a big shout out to everybody that's tuned in here tonight. And of course, I want to thank everybody here at of course, World of Thunder Racing League, and of course, dirtfan.com. I want to give a shout out to the Hub Sim Racing giveaways as well, everybody that makes this all possible for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll take a quick break and come back. On the other side of this, we'll have a new stream up. But until next time, don't forget to hit the like, share, and follow button on our Facebook page. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, this is Brett Wheeler signing off for the Super Late Models. Good night.